Hello everybody, and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled. We finished up our conversation with Reese, some say Rice, and had a little chat with the captain again. You know, always nice to see them, always nice. Granted, it's through text, you know. Do you all text anymore? I feel like this is... I don't think I've sent somebody a text in like over 5 years. Sorry, here, let me adjust my microphone. Like, I feel like if I'm gonna communicate with someone today, I just send them a message through X social media. I shouldn't say X. You know what I mean, like math equation X, right? Just like any random one, whether it be the website formerly known as Twitter, Discord, the like, you know, is what it is. Genuinely curious. But, you know, we're gonna go wait for Marrowyn. I'm sure he's, you know, he's a lad. He is certainly a lad. I shoot him a text. It's getting late. Oh, I should send him a text. We haven't decided yet. I hope all is well. You gonna make it home tonight? There's a pause before a response slowly rolls in.
Oh, Tucker, I'm dreadfully sorry I haven't messaged you all day. Have you been alright? As for tonight, well, I'm not sure. I'm not even in the same column right now, and I still have a few more labs to check in with before I can feel comfortable calling it for the day. Did you need me there? Well, no, I guess not. I was just worried.
You should just say yes. Right? You have things to say to him. Right? I feel like I would exploit that. I'd be like, yeah, and just see if he comes, you know, like...
Oh, you don't have to worry about me, Tucker. That's very kind, though. Thank you.
Huh. Okay, I hope you can get some rest, though. I'll see you tomorrow, though. Yeah? There's far too long a pause between messages for me to believe the answer of...
Most likely.
To be at all true. But knowing him, that's not much I can do about it. Maybe I'll try and message Patry later to see what he can do. But I'm sure he's swamped as is. Sighing, I put my phone down for the night and lay back exhausted, for a variety of reasons. It's dumb to miss someone I only saw yesterday, but... as I roll over and look at the empty bed across from me, I can't help but feel something. This is stupid. Flipping off the lights, I get as comfortable as I can and simply pray that tomorrow will bring something. Void, I don't know at this point. Just something. Day 22. Oh. Huh? What? The alarm clock. Okay. Maybe? Oh, that's suspicious music. That's suspicious music. Groggily reaching over, I pick up my monitor and attempt to answer it. Hello? Hello? Wait a minute, I can't get calls. Yo, that would be me, though. In, like, a horror movie situation, just be like, I don't get calls. Like, immediately hang up and go back to sleep. I'm sure the killer would just be like, oh, god damn it. I don't think I can be in a horror movie, guys. I don't think it would instantly become a comedy. Like, either that or I'd have to be the first one killed, right? Because even the killer's just gonna be like, this one's going to be a problem for nothing else than the headache he will cause simply by existing. Sighing, I rub my eyes and sit up, flicking on my suddenly all too bright monitor. Hello there, Comet. I am outside. Okay. The call is coming from right outside your door.
What? Huh?
No response. Blinking slowly, I turn to the door and see nothing. Am I dreaming? Throwing off my covers, I quickly put on a shirt and hobble over, the lights from the hallway partially blinding me in the process. Looking out, however, there's a certain wayward shepherd there waiting for me. Good morning, Comet. Did you rest well? Reese, why are you here? I thought perhaps you would be interested in joining me today. My schedule was finalized and I saw I had some free time today, so I thought I would reach out. I have quite a few things I need to attend to, and I would appreciate the company. Or at least a guide. He says with a small chuckle.
Sure. I mostly just... excuse me. I mostly just, meant, like, why are you here?
I thought I said you didn't have to come and get me.
You could just message me. Wait a fucking minute.
Did I not? I apologize if so. I'm still quite new to all of this.
That's not what I meant, Reese.
Oh.
I almost feel bad when he looks genuinely abashed at that. It's fine. Just, maybe message me before you show up next time, okay?
Next time? Am I really inviting this into my life? Yes, you are, you bottom little bitch.
Although, thinking back on what the captain asked of me, I'm not sure I have a choice.
Of course. I'll see to it. Well, shall we?
Shall we what?
Head out. As much as I enjoy our conversations, I do need to see to some things.
Give me a minute. I'm not even dressed.
An eyebrow perks as he looks me up and down, only for the faintest blush to appear in his pale ear. Of course. I'll wait out here.
Thanks.
Closing the door, I head in and flip on the lights, only to stand in the center of the room and just sigh.
Marrowyn's gonna have my fucking head at this point.
Throwing on what I can, I quickly ready myself to whatever may come my way. I feel like this is when you just be like, hey Marrowyn, I'm gonna hang out with the weird shepherdy boy, you know, it'd be cool, you know, we're doing that, where I'm hanging out, we're friends, I guess, maybe. And just see what Marrowyn does, you know. Maybe I'm the bad person, maybe I'm the villain. Going to pocket my monitor, I catch a reflection of myself in the black glass. My face is torn up and churned from the fractures, and yet, brushing aside my hair, I put a small smile and make my way outside. Did you even change your clothes? Reese, as puzzled as ever, seems to once again not have moved an inch. He does, however, perk up as I walk out, a small smile creeping onto his muzzle. Shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Still a bit timid, I follow behind him as we sweep through the halls, catching quite a few eyes in the process. If it weren't weird enough, seeing me walk around by myself, I can't imagine how strange it is to see me with the shepherd. Reese, however, has been surprisingly quiet since he picked me up earlier.
Reese?
Yes, Comet.
What exactly are we doing today?
I'm fine coming along with you, I was just curious. Oh, of course. Well, I believe I am to check in on a few projects on this floor, just to make sure everyone is up to date.
Projects like?
Well, I'm not quite sure.
You don't know?
I was given an extensive list of all the projects and who led them, and yet the descriptions were lacking. I was hoping to be elucidated, is that what that word is? Okay, as to their import when I arrived. And I figured there's no one better to tell me such than project leads themselves, no? Sure. I guess that's not entirely strange. Not only has he recently gotten his position, but he's also not particularly technically oriented in his work. At least, not in the way I'm sure some of these project leads are. Maybe they were just trying to make things easy for him. Still, it begs the question, why am I here? Have you done something like this before? Similar things, but not quite the same. Do you even know what to look for? It feels a bit rude to ask, but I can't help but be curious. I believe that will depend on the project, Comet. Crew cohesion is the most important thing, as always. But there are other variables to keep an eye out for. Oh, so he's not just looking for technical issues and things like that. I guess that makes a bit more sense. So what's first then? From what I understand, it's some sort of engineering project. Something about trying to improve the efficiency of our solar rays. Arrays. Arrays? Arrays? Look, man, I don't know. Oh, like solar panels and stuff. Have you heard of them? We have stuff like that back here from where I'm from, yeah. I let out a small huff and smile. You have yet to cease to amaze, Comet. Thanks. With a slight grin, he nods and continues down the hall, bringing us to an innocuous door. Okay. Well, almost so. The sheer amount of dents and scratch marks on the threshold and surrounding floor are certainly an indicator of something that goes on in there. Rolling up his sleeves, Reese raises a paw gently and raps on the door, and giving it 3 gentle but solid taps. Hello, this is Director Reese Dino of Soknos. May I come in? I believe you are expecting me. From the other side, I can hear a muffled conversation and a bit of scrabbling before someone actually comes our way. At the door, as the door slightly slides open, an older Karain in a gray uniform steps out to greet us.
Oh, Director, I'm so glad you could join us in person. I'm sorry to say I've not been acquainted with you yet, but I knew your predecessor, and he was a good man. I hope we can work well together.
Oh, as do I. Reese then extends his paw, facing up, to which the other man mimics the pose, but mirrored, almost cupping them. Is this a handshake or something? Either way, it's interrupted as the man finally notices me and jolts back.
Is that one with you?
Oh, pardon me. Yes, this is Comet. He will be joining us today. Is that right? Is that all right? The man gives a wily. Is this Willy or Wiley? It's Wiley, right? Wiley. The vowel power level theory. The Y is giving it the I its power. So it's Wiley, right? Stare before nodding and stammering out a...
Yes, of course, sir. Well, shall we?
Please. Oh, we love mirrored background. We love to see it. It's... That's not me knocking that, by the way. That's just... I just always think it's fun to notice. Stepping into the lab, it isn't much different than any of the others I've been in so far. Perhaps a few of the tables have been cleared out to make room for some workbenches and machinery, but that's about it. There's also a few other Karains mingling around, most of which are predictably staring, but surprisingly more of them to be staring at Reese than me. Look, Tucker, your last week's news. Most people don't care about you anymore. I guess it is kind of a big deal that he's here. Still, it's pretty funny that they'd choose to gawk at a fellow Karen, rather than the literal alien in the room.
Well, we should start over here, sir.
The older Karen says as he walks over to the table and begins giving, excuse me, what I can only assume is a hastily prepared presentation. To his credit, though, it does sound interesting. I'm not sure I follow all of it, as he brings up a few overly scientific terms, but overall, it seems pretty simple. Better solar panels for more energy production. I'm a bit confused why a spacefaring species like the Karen would need something like extra energy for solar panels, especially when it sounds like the gains might be kind of meager. Look, extra battery life is extra battery life, friend. Like, I'm not gonna scoff at that. But I can't pretend to know much of anything that goes on beyond these walls. And what is this?
Oh, that's one of the solar cells. It's what turns the lights into an electric field.
And this?
A junction. That's where the electric field is turned into something we can use.
And this?
That's a welding torch.
And what is it for?
Well, it's used to build the frame, but it's not really part of the panel, sir.
Huh. A bit confused, the older Karen carries out with the tour, showing off some graphs and projected applications for the project. Here, it's made a bit clearer that this kind of product would be best served for smaller communities, like those on Urian and Reich. I hope I pronounced all of that incorrectly. I guess the infrastructure there still isn't really up to par in some places. As the tour wraps up, though, the older Karen walks over to us and to his desk. Walks us over to his desk and checks his monitor.
So as you can see, things are developing a bit ahead of schedule. Although I've heard there might be some budget cuts soon. Can I ask if that's true?
I've been told that we're to consolidate. We got there, fellas. Consolidate some of our projects as things are moving unpredictably. Back on the home front. I'm aware, however, if this will affect you directly. But I'm sure we'll find out in due time.
Right. Do you have any questions then?
How soon do you think this project will be able to enter full production? What you've shown me is impressive, but...
It should be less than a cycle now. We're still waiting on some contracts for an,
ancillary
parts, though. Will that be all?
I believe so. Come now, Comet. We've places to be. With as little as a nod to say goodbye, Reese turns and starts striding to the door, leaving me dumbfounded in the wake. Taking one last look at the crew, we look equally bewildered. I can only offer a confused shrug as I move to catching up with Reese in the hallway. What was that? You didn't want to ask any more questions or anything? Oh, did you have a question you wanted to ask? We could always go back if you'd like. No, I just figured you'd want to learn more about what they were doing or something. I saw what I needed to. And that was... that they probably won't finish their work before they run out of funds. What? How can you tell? A few cycles ago, Sognos gave some grants to those working on projects, with the goal of finding alternate forms of energy production. Some of them have borne fruit while others, well, they languish. That is not to say that their time has been wasted, but... well, we cannot wait for results any longer. Shouldn't you have told them that? What they're doing sounds important. I'm sure it is. But it's not my place to interject. I am simply here to observe, not pass judgment. And without much of a smile, Reese turns and starts heading back into the hallway. That's not a side of the shepherd I was hoping to see, but I guess it's not wholly unexpected either. It certainly explains something of how he got his position still. What does he see in me then? Okay, everyone, we're gonna end the part here. So I do hope you all have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around.